Hi dear parents, welcome back to another math hour. Today I'm just going to show you how to multiply radicals. The students have learned three formulas in class and I'll show you how to use each of these formulas step by step. Multiplying radicals is fairly easy, and the most important thing about multiplying radicals is that you do not have to worry about like terms or unlike terms. It does not matter. Let me show you right now with a real world example, okay? Let's start with the first formula. Formula number one. The square root of some number a multiplied by the square root of another number b is equal to the square root of a times b. So let's take a number. The square root of 7 multiplied by square root of 5 is just basically the square root of 7 times 5, which is, final answer, the square root of 35. You see? That's how you do formula number one. Let me show you another example. The square root of, I don't know, 16 multiplied by the square root of 9. And you can do it two ways. You can do it, like I said, with the formula, 16 multiplied by 9. And if I use my trusty calculator, 16 times 9 is what? I would say it is roughly, 6 nines are 54, carry the 5, 9 was a 9, and 9 plus 5 is 14. And of course, the square root of 144 is 12. There we go, formula number one applied. But of course, if you have a perfect square root condition, like over here and like over here, you can solve it. You don't have to do this formula. The square root of 16 is 4 multiplied by the square root of 9 is 3, and 4 times 9 is 12. You see that? Exactly the same. You can use both ways. And I always tell the students, if you have a perfect square condition, the perfect square root condition right here, where you can get an actual answer, go for it. Solve it. Solve it, and then it makes the math much easier that way. Okay? Formula number one in action. Let's go to formula number two. The square root of some number a multiplied by the square root of the exact same number is equal to that number. That's it. For example, the square root of 2 multiplied by the square root of 2, the answer is just 2. Just take off the square roots and just leave the number on its own. Try another one. The square root of a quarter multiplied by a square root of a quarter. Take off the square roots, leave the number on its own, and there we go. The answer, 104, done. Okay? That's all it is, formula number two. By the way, please be careful. Sometimes the kids write the square root with the answer. This would be wrong, totally. Okay? Once you have used the formula, you have multiplied the radicals, you've got an answer, you leave the answer the way it's supposed to be, alone. Alright? Continue on with the last formula. Now, the square root of a these letters here, by the way, are coefficients. That means the numbers outside of the square root. So you have a coefficient c multiplied by square root of a times coefficient d multiplied by square root of b is equal to the coefficients multiplied together on the outside and the numbers inside the square root multiplied together inside the square root. I'll show you a real world example right now. Let's do minus 5 radical 7 multiplied by 3 radical 2. Okay? Notice these are unlike terms. But that doesn't matter. We don't care about terms when you're multiplying radicals. It doesn't affect anything. We just need to follow the formula. So here's my formula. I need my coefficients, minus 5 and 3. Let's multiply them. So minus 5 times 3 will be on the outside. And inside my square root, I'm going to take the two numbers, 7 multiplied by 2. And now I'm going to solve them. Minus 5 times 3 is minus 15. Square root, 7 times 2, 14. And there we go. That is the answer. We're done. You see? That's how you multiply radicals. Let's do another example. I'll show you one more. One more example. How about uh, 4 radical 36 multiplied by minus 2 radical 15, for example. Okay? Now, using the formula, I'm going to take my coefficients, which is 4 multiplied by minus 2, and that'll be outside of the square root. And inside of the square root, I'll take 36, and I'll take 15. Okay? Now, 4 times minus 2 is minus 8, obviously. And the square root, it'll be 36 times 15. And 36 times 15, we can do it the long way. You can use a calculator. I'll use it my way. 6 5s are 30. 5 3s is 15. 15, 16, 17, 18. 6 and 3. Add them up. 8 6s are 14. 1 1 2 and 1 5. 540. And there, you can leave it like that. Okay? Hey, there's another way you can do this also. Like I said, take a look at the square roots. If there is a perfect square situation, go ahead and solve it. So radical 36 is equal to 6. So that will be 4 multiplied by 6 multiplied by minus 2 radical 15. And 4 times 6 is 24. And 24 multiplied by minus 2 radical 15. Well, I've got two coefficients on the outside. I'll just multiply them together. 24 multiplied by 2 is what? 48, right? And don't forget it, minus sign. Put the minus sign in there. Radical 15. And there we go. I can't do anything more than that. And guess what? This answer is exactly the same thing as this answer. If you plug it into the calculator, you realize they both equal to the same exact answer. Okay? And this is it. This is how you basically multiply a radical. Step by step using the formulas. Thanks so much.